Hey, what's going on, guys? It's the Heart Pirates TCG here, and I wanted to go ahead and go over this Pro Play Games webcam case tournament that Pro Play Games posted on their website. Gives you the total breakdown of all of the leaders that were played, and not really surprised at all. Green Kid, Purple Kaido, Red Zoro are the most popular, by far, because obviously one is they have 5 life, and two, they're just very consistent, except for Kaido, really. But they're very consistent, or they're just very strong in the end game, which is what Kaido is. So a lot of people played that. Not a whole lot of deck representation from the other ones. Green Odin had 3 people playing in it, which I think is kind of surprising because that deck is better than people think it is. My brother actually just made it last night, and it seems very good, especially with the with the Kinemons and the Okikus. I think the deck is actually pretty good. And then my baby right here, the blue purple Crocodile, 4 people played it, which, shout out to them. They're pretty cool. But let's go ahead and go over the top 16 breakdowns, and then we're also going to go ahead and go over the deck list too and the winner. So top 16 breakdowns are 6 Green Kid, 4 Red Green Law, 3 Purple Kaido, 2 Red Luffy, which I think is kind of surprising, and then Red Zoro. If anyone knows about this Red Luffy deck, let me know, because I didn't even think this was, I didn't think people were playing this. I didn't even know this deck existed until about last week. So if anyone wants to tell me why 2 people got in with that, I'd love to know. I would really love to know. So yeah, but no surprises again. Kid, 6 people got into top 16 with Kid. Guys, when they can drop 8-drop Kid on the field, and they can get protection for that 1 turn and stabilize, because that's obviously their weakest turn, is when they play that Kid. If they can stabilize from there, there's almost no stopping it, because they're just going to infinitely plus off their Bonnies. They're going to keep getting cards to their hand, getting counters to their hand, card advantage, and then they're just going to keep whittling you down, and you can't do anything about it. And then obviously Kid, the leader ability, can attack twice if he needs to, and just swing for a lot of damage, hit your life for a lot. It's very hard to stop it. It's very frustrating. So that's why I'm also surprised, because the winner of the whole tournament was Red Green Law. Not a single, a kid wasn't even in the top in the finals match. It was actually Law versus Kaido, which was really interesting, because so many more people played Green Kid. So yeah, let's go ahead and go over the deck list too, because I'm really curious to see them. All right, guys. So looks like the deck lists are just images, which they're pretty clear cut. So that's good. But you play the four drop, or the 4 blockers, the blocker choppers. You play the 4 laws, the 4 Zoros, beige, Nekamamushi, 3 Rush Luffy, 4 killer. 4 killer is a little odd to me, actually, because a lot of people were cutting that card entirely. And then Momonosuke too. I mean, what Land of Wano cards are they even playing? That, I guess, Nekamamushi, and that's kind of it. I wonder why they're playing Momonosuke. That's very odd. I don't know how I feel about that. Only 1 Robin. I don't know how I feel about this list. I mean, he won, which is all credit to him, but he must have been he must have been very good fundamentally, because I don't really know why he's playing the Momonosuke's. Obviously he's playing the Brooks for the counters, and his effect sometimes comes in handy, but I mean, good for him. Yeah, let's go ahead and check out the second place, the Kaido. And wow, this is another really interesting Kaido list, guys, because I also am quite curious what you guys have to say about this list. Playing the 4 X-Drakes, obviously, for either the discard or the 2K counter. You're playing 3 10-drop Kaidos. I think that's a lot, but I mean, I'm not sure. And then 4 Blast Breath, it's kind of a lot too. Playing Orochi, playing obviously the Onigashima Islands, the blocker, Two Who's Who's is interesting. Most people are playing either 4. A lot of people are playing 4, so 2 is quite interesting, especially because it's basically your win against Zoro, like any against the rush cards. So that's really interesting. Queen, no surprise here. Okay, so they're playing 4 of the 6 drop king, and none of the 7 drop king, which I think is very odd. I mean, he got second, so again, more power to him, but no 7 drop king. Like 7 drop king is what's really good against ironically red green law. You can kill their either their Robin, their beige, their chopper. You can kill a couple blockers, and then you can swing into their kid the next turn. I think that's really weird. I mean, maybe if he had 1 or 2 of those, he might have gotten first instead of second. I'm not sure. I didn't watch the game, but wow, that's very interesting. And then another thing that's interesting is Brachio Bomber right here. I almost let it slip it out of my sight, but someone actually played this. This is one of my losses, is because I got Brachio Bombered. They killed, I think, my queen and swung for game. So this card is actually pretty good in certain circumstances, especially if you draw it when you need it. So that's good. The Black Maria, obviously. Bobanuki, I like him. I think he's underrated. A 5/7 is nothing to scoff at, especially because you don -1 a lot, or in this case -5 and 6 with the Kaidos, and with the Who's Who's. So like I think like having a beater that you can summon with like very limited don rather than just like putting it on your leader and swinging, I think is actually better than people think. Obviously the Kaidos, and then the 2K counter. Thunder Bagua is pretty good, especially if you get it out of your life. Yeah, so decent list. Maybe there's a couple things I would change, but he definitely had some success for sure. I want to check out the rest of the top 4 too. All right, so third place was Captain Kid, but his deck list was in like a weird like picture and it didn't show all the cards. So I'm just gonna show the 4th place here, which is actually another red green law, it looks like. Pretty standard. 4 Nami, 4 Chopper, 4 Tama, Brook, Sanji. This card is really good if you can just like get it off. Like you only need it 1 time for it to get off, and it pays for itself. 1 Robin again. Are people really cutting Robin this much? Maybe, I guess, in the red green law decks they just don't have the space. So I guess maybe 1. I'd say 2 in my opinion. And then 4 Rush Zora, obviously. 3 Rush Luffy, the Bonnies, the beige, the Momonosuke's. Man, what is going on with these Momonosuke's? And I know they searched Nekomamushi, which is a 1000 counter, and obviously you can turn a card sideways and they can't block. But man, is it really that important to play Momonosuke with it? I mean, I guess it's a body and you can use your leader's power to just to summon a different color, but it's very interesting. And then 4 Killer again, the 4 Laws, and then the Jet Pistol. There's not much to say about Jet Pistol. Like, it's a good card, guys. It's a really good card. All of these players obviously did well. So whatever they went with is obviously there's a reason they went with it. But hats off to them. I just wanted to show you guys that very interesting tournament, to say the least. Thanks for everyone for submitting their deck lists and pictures. I think that was really helpful for us trying to see the outcome of this tournament. So guys, got some more videos coming in the future. If you want to give a like to this video, help me with the algorithm, help me grow a little bit, and then subscribe too, so you can see my future content. That would be fantastic. Let me know in the comments if you want me to post any type of videos. I'll see if I can do it. Have a fantastic day.